Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's time to kick off the Simeon Henderson Show, where we are giving a voice to the people. I hope you guys are ready for an awesome show tonight. Last night, we did a special show. We did a segment highlighting a young man that's on his way to college. He is William Stewart the Fourth, and he is on his way to college. He's 16 years old, and he's the first recipient of the Be Symbolic Scholarship, and he's off to college and getting ready to go. I got a great show lined up for you tonight. I have C.W. Allen. He is an author and he is an artist, and he's here to share his story with you. And I am ready to get this thing started. So let's get it started right now as the Simeon Henderson Show kicks off. All right, everybody, the Simeon Henderson Show is pleased and honored to have on the show an author. He's an author, he's a speaker and a hip hop artist, Mr. C.W. Allen. C.W. Allen is the author of Catalyst, of The Catalyst. The Catalyst is a descriptive of C.W.'s real life experiences combined with his gospel centered worldview. C.W. is a vital and necessary catalyst for change. CW is also a proud husband and a father, and he is proud. He's a proud servant of Chicago, and he's a leader serving our communities with pride and dignity. CW Allen is contributing his talent and his success to developing developing gathered Chicago neighborhoods within the communities and bringing them together. Without further ado, I want to bring on my guest to the Simeon Henderson Show. Everybody, please welcome Mr. C.W. Allen. What's going on, brother? How you feeling?
What's up, man? How you feeling, bro? Thanks for having me on.
Oh, man, it's about time. I just let people know we had to reschedule this interview like 3 times, and it was not this fault. It was all you guys know I had surgery, and I had a few things going on. So we had to get this thing kicked off finally, and I am excited to have you here, brother. And I am ready.
Yeah, man, good to be here.
I'm ready to talk and share your story, man, with the world. So as we get ready to kick this thing off, I don't know what you have to sip on, if you have water, but I have my coffee.
I'm a red wine guy, so yeah.
I tried something new today. You know, The Rock came out with his own tequila. So I bought it. So I tried. I'm just trying a little bit.
Okay. Is it good?
Actually, it is actually good. So man, so here we go. Let's get into it, right? I am. First of all, let me give a big shout out to my producer, my executive producer, Jamani Anamdi, my producer Jose Perez, and let me give a shout out to my content and my creative designer and producer, Shelton Smith. He was really instrumental in making sure we get you on the show today. And I just want to say
thank you. Guy.
And so what I want to do is I want to save the fun stuff for later. So
okay.
I want to get into first of all is I want to talk to you about and first of all, congratulations on the release of your book, The Catalyst, right?
Appreciate it.
So I want you to tell us a little bit about your book and how did it come to fruition, what made you want to write a book, and things like that.
Yeah, man. I think the story goes way back. 2006, my pastor sent book back in Cleveland, and in a book he said, "This is a book from Tony Evans, and one day you'll write many books like he did. Just wanted to encourage you with this." And I ain't think nothing of it. You know, I went off to school, studied communications and all of that, and you know, it was crazy when my daughter. I would say when I found out my wife was pregnant, last March is when it really started to spark, because I had ideas, but this was a very therapeutic process for me. It was just really right in my life, and then different things that God had taught me. So for me, it was only the next step in, my career, one step, off of writing an album.
Okay, okay. So
Yeah.
so so let me. What was the process like when you decided you were going to write this book? How did you start? Like, what was that process like? Because I'm an author as well, and I know that it's not
Hmm.
easy to write a book, brother. And what was that process like for you? Because you had to get to a point where you're like, okay, the pastor spoke this over my life, but now how do I make
Hmm.
it come to pass? What were your
Hmm.
steps you got into it?
Yeah, man, you right. It's not. I tell people writing a book is almost like, so making an album is like running track. You got different events and you write your tracks or whatever. Writing a book is like training and running for a marathon. you
Okay.
know, and for a lot of us, in our communities, we don't have authors that live amongst us that we at least know, that we can, talk to and ask tips and things like that. So for me, it was like I was learning from, like, just learning from scratch. Like, I'm still learning, and a big, so it's this huge learning curve. But then as I began to really write the book and process it, it became a little bit easier. But it's still so many different things. Like, how do you market a book? How do you push it? All of that stuff. It's just such a different animal. So it definitely was a huge learning curve for me as I began to really work through it. But I tell you, it was a really therapeutic process, though. Like, just to really be able to really reflect on my story and just process it, to be able to just learn myself through it, man. I wrote the book in 3 months, so it wasn't a long write. I kind of had the stories. I enjoy writing just in general. I just never saw myself as an author. And so
Right.
it was super cool that it came together the way it did. It was pretty seamless. Most people, have a content editor along with a line by line editor. I really only needed a line by line editor because I just, I feel like God had kind of wired me to tell stories. Like, I'm naturally a storyteller.
Okay, okay, okay. All right.
Yeah.
So the last question about the book, and then we're gonna get into the music. So
Okay. Okay.
as you were writing your book,
Hmm.
were there moments where, because it's a book about your life, right?
Majority. Yeah. Yeah.
Jordy, as you were writing the book, were there moments when you were writing where it took you back to that place and you were like right there in it again? And was it
Mm.
good times? Was it bad times? What was that like?
Yeah, a lot of it, man. A whole lot of it. Like, I'm not really a weeper by no means. I'm not a real crying guy, but I think the last few years I've really kind of been in touch with my emotions in that way. Like, my wife's a therapist, so she's been helping me, work through it. But there's a chapter in there called Roses, and I have a song called Vent where I say, people don't get the flowers while they can enjoy the scent. So here's my bouquet. I just needed to vent. And it was to my father before he passed away. He died of cancer back in 2015. And I had actually wrote the song and shared it with him as a poem at his bedside, with no intentions of it coming out. But that evolved into a chapter in this book where I just told our story. My dad, very much, he struggled with, different addictions. He would, there's different traumas that I experienced through my relationship with my dad that, like all parents, we all jack our kids up in some way. But just when I was reading through it, even as I've been reading the audiobook, I've had to redo the chapter a couple times. It's like times where I'm just like audibly like ready to just break down. Like, it's hard to get it out because there's a portion at the end of the chapter where it says my daddy wasn't perfect, but he was perfect for me. And there's another portion that says, me and my dad looked at each other at my college graduation and my marriage. And as I looked in his eyes, I could tell I was a true. He was
Uh-huh.
who God made him to be. So a very emotional experience writing that chapter. Just
Okay.
took me
Okay.
back to a lot of memories. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So tell everybody where they can find the book. Where can they
Yep.
get
So you can
the copies?
Yeah, definitely. You get the book on Amazon, um, Amazon, all the different, places you subscribe to get your ebooks and physical books. And then my website, dcwallen.com. There's a rumor that I send Twizzlers out when you buy it from me directly, and that rumor is true. I love to give people Twizzlers. It's the greatest candy ever created. So
So how do people order the book from you to get the Twizzlers?
yeah, just go to thecwallen.com, thecwallen.com, and in the store section there is the book there, and if you order paperback, you Twizzlers with your book.
Sure, sure, that's where I'm going to get my book from. I'm going to get my
As you
book from.
should.
Right. But I happen to like Twizzlers very much, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm gonna jump on that.
I'll make sure you
Somebody,
got an extra couple.
Carlos said hi.
What's
Right.
up, Carlos?
So here we go, everybody. Now this is the part. So before we go into it, let me ask you this question: how does your book, The Catalyst, relate to the Black experience in modern America?
Yeah. So the middle chapters, probably the middle four chapters, really talk about even my experience as a black man in Christianity. And I didn't grow up in the black church. I would dip in during Easter Sunday service, but I really met God when I was around 14.
You was a
Yep.
CME Christian. You know
What's
what that
that?
is? You were a CME Christian. You know what that is, right?
Sim is
Christmas,
certain. si-
Christmas, Mother's Day, and Easter.
Yeah. So that's hilarious. Yep, that's true. I was. So got my suit and everything. I was ready to go. But I met God when I was 14, and that's when I got plugged in. And my church was super diverse, but not at all like the black experience. And
Uh-huh.
so a lot of that. So with that, you have to navigate and learn what it means to be a black Christian because they can't really tell you because they're not black. They are
Yeah.
believers, but they can't tell you what it means to be us. And one thing that I've noticed about us is that right now, I think America in a place where um, we have a lot to teach America in the sense that our country is trying to learn what it means to love people in an unconditional way. And I think our community has done that. You think about civil rights era and all of that. And so my book talks a lot about like my tensions of being black in Christian circles, but then also just serving in the black community. Like I've lived in Woodlawn the last 10 years in Chicago, worked alongside some amazing neighbors who don't always get the best narrative on TV. And so, my book talks about those tensions, but then also some very, very pointed, honest truths about what it means to be a black man in America. Like, I didn't realize I was an American until I left the United States. When I went to Poland is when I was really confronted with the reality that I was an American. Um, so yeah, I talk a lot about the black experience and what it means to be a black man, a black believer, a black artist, all of it.
Uh-huh. Okay, okay. So cool, cool. So now I'm here, don't worry, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. You hear me? I'm
I
here,
can,
CW.
yeah.
I'm here.
Hmm.
And another question I wanted to ask you really quick is what got you started into music?
Yes. So I was 17, 18 years old, and I had a girlfriend at the time who just put me out there. I was on the back of the bus writing poems, and I had always been an artist. Like I would draw freehand. I wanted to be a cartoonist. So art was second nature, but I never was a musical artist. And just to give you context, like the school I was in, it was zero tolerance fighting. So if you fought, you got kicked out. And so the way they fought is they did battle raps. Like we were in the early 2000s, but this was literally a rap and crowd around them.
Uh-huh.
And so that's the culture of hip hop that I was in. Like we just loved hip hop. And so when she called me out on the bus, she was like, "Hey, the open mic coming up, and C Dub gonna have y'all doing stuff, but he ain't gonna do nothing." And everybody was like, "You rap, bro? Say something, spit." So they like geeking me up. And I'm just like, dang, I don't rap for people in public, bruh. And so I just opened the pad and just rapped a little bit. It was super quiet. I thought they thought I was whack. And when I finished, one of the homies was like, "Yo, yeah, that's nice, that's nice." And next thing I know, they showed me a lot of love, and open mic went well, and it was a wrap from there. Like people just invited me to open mics, and it just spiraled. Like I just fell in love with it. So I was about 18, 19, yeah.
Okay, so here we go. So speaking about your music and everything, I want to show people who you are and how you get out. Okay?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
everybody, I want y'all to take a look at my man right now. Here is C.W. Allen. And man, it's so funny, man, when you're trying to do something good, man. There's always somebody or something trying to trying to hold you down, right? But
yeah, that's how I go.
I had an outage for my
man, a lot of people,
and it was so funny. I had an out, and it was like, I'm like, come on, man, not now. Of all time, not now. Look, you can do this on Monday or Tuesday or Sunday. It gotta happen on Wednesday when I'm about to have my man on the show. But hey, we gonna get through it.
That's what's up.
Guys, to check my brother out before we get into this interview a little more. I want you guys to check out this song from CW, his video. You want to introduce this, CW?
Yeah, it's the Bad Dreams joint.
All right, here you go.
Yes, sir.
Bad Dreams.
Yeah,
and it's
Bad Dreams.
Late cousin.
Wake me up from this dream. Wake me up from this dream. Wake me up from this dream. Yeah. Wake me up from this dream. 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 It's sounding like a nightmare. Wake me up from this dream. Wake me up from this dream. Wake me up from this dream. It's sounding like a nightmare. Wake me up from this dream. Wake me up from this dream. Wake me up from this dream. It's sounding like a nightmare. Wake me up from this dream. Wake me up from this dream. Wake me up from this dream. It's sounding like a nightmare. Man, I'm stuck in these dreams. I really don't know what it means. A weapon I'm caught in, it seems. This trauma stays stitched in my jeans. Every day that I wake up, a new cross that I pick up. This hard drive, keep a backup. Made me wanna go ahead and pack up. My God, this morning, got the call to my cuz slain. 19, 4 babies, they keep killing. That's hella lame. That's hella lame. Now I'm sitting in church. Mentally drained. Death over death. Need a story to change. Wake me up from this dream. Wake me up from this dream. Wake me up from this dream. It's sounding like a nightmare. Wake me up from this dream. Wake me up from this dream. Wake me up from this dream. It's sounding like a nightmare. Wake me up from this dream. Wake me up from this dream. Wake me up from this dream. It's sounding like a nightmare. Wake me up from this dream. Wake me up from this dream. Wake me up from this dream. It's sounding like a nightmare. Wifey said that I'm drinking more than I need to be. Never drunk, but these late nights and it's numbing me. So much death in my view. I don't know where to start. I just take it all in, but really tear me apart. Vincent, Damani, Marshawn, Poppy, Terry, Harry, Juicy, and my daddy. My God, should I let my guard down? Love the ones I could lose. Or keep up my highs, man. Save my soul from abuse. Wake me up from this dream. Wake me up from this dream. Wake me up from this dream. It's sounding like a nightmare. Wake me up from this dream. Wake me up from this dream. Wake me up from this dream. It's sounding like a nightmare. I'm trying to get free, can I go? It's haunting me deep in my soul. I'm trying to get free, can I go? It's haunting me deep in my soul. I'm trying to get free, can I go? It's haunting me deep in my soul. I'm trying to get free, can I go? It's haunting me deep in my soul. Wake me up from this dream. Wake me up from this dream. Wake me up from this dream. It's sounding like a nightmare. Wake me up from this dream. Wake me up from this dream. Wake Wake me up from this dream, it's something like a nightmare. Wake me up from this dream. 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 It's something like a nightmare.
Man, brother, I felt that. Every
Thanks,
time I
man.
watch that, I watch that video 10 times, literally. I get the chills.
Wow.
So
Wow.
let's get into that. Man,
Hmm.
it's powerful. Let's get
Hmm.
into that. Tell us about the personal impact of your cousin that inspired you to release your first single, Bad Dreams.
Yeah, man. I did youth ministry for years here on the South Side, and a few of my youth that went through my ministry, they passed away. Died. They died from gun violence. Some of them were gang banging and all that. No, it's no excuse to get killed by a gun. And then, you know, some weren't even like, one kid, his girlfriend and him had an argument. She stabbed him in the chest. So my last 10 years of life here in Chicago has just been characterized by death, man, in ways that I had never experienced prior to being here. And so when my cousin died, he was not just my cousin, he was my godson. And he was an amazing athlete, just a good kid overall. Definitely, caught up in some things, but he was trying to figure out how to, move forward. And they killed him. And I actually had a cousin who was killed a month ago, before he graduated, and like he wasn't banging or anything. Like, he was killed at a house party. And so it's just, it's the same story, and it just gets so overwhelming. But my cousin's mother, who's also my cousin, she just kept writing on her statuses like, God, like, wake me up, baby. It's like a dream. It's like a bad dream. And I was on the plane just vibing to this beat, and I was preaching the sermon for his funeral. And as I was reflecting and getting ready, um, that just kept playing in my head. Wake me up from this dream. Wake me up from this dream. It's something like a nightmare. And so I just was like, man, this is a song. I just wrote it, and I didn't want to monitor. I didn't really want to make money off of it or nothing. It hasn't really, it ain't like no Grammy song or nothing. But it was more so like therapy for me, and then for my family. Like, I felt like this was just something that we all could feel. Like, we know this gun violence is just played out, man, and we just tired of it. We want to see more.
Man, that's dope, man. That's deep. I appreciate that. So let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
Who is your biggest inspiration in the music industry and why? Somebody
Yeah.
inspired you. Because we all got that person or those people
Yeah.
we glean from, and we're like, God, I want to be like him. I want to be like her.
Mhm.
Who was your biggest inspiration?
Oh man, I would say number one is Jay Z. I grew up loving Jay Z's music. I was and being a Midwest kid, we get everything. And in Cleveland, Bone Thugs was around the corner. We heard everything from all over the country. Like, it wasn't biased. Like, sometimes East Coast only want East Coast, West Coast only want West Coast. Midwest is a melting pot. So, I grew up on Master P, Cash Money, Jay Z, Busta Rhymes. Like, it was just a Nelly. It was a mixed bag. But I would say Jay had the biggest influence originally. And then '09, I started listening to Kanye. And a lot of people had told me for years, like, yo, you sound like Kanye. You remind me of Kanye. But I thought he was whack. It's probably like a bad thing to say in Chicago. I thought he was. I didn't think he was a good rapper. But then my man said, "Yo, you need to listen to Graduation." So I went back. I was in college, and I listened to Graduation, and that became one of my favorite albums of all time. And I was like, man, like, I love this dude's flow. I love his musical selection. And so I think those two have definitely influenced me a lot. And then recent artists that I probably vibe with a lot, like J. Cole, and even her, like the singer. She's super talented, and I love her, like, her sound and the way they layered it. So, like, my last
Uh-oh. So, hey, I need you to go back. Say that one more time because I lost you.
Yeah, no, was just saying, like, so Jay Z, Kanye, and then recently, probably last few years, J. Cole and her. And so you listen to the last album, you'll definitely hear influences like with their musical flares and styles that I just feel like just fits me naturally as a, you know, as a lyricist.
So you
Yeah.
write? Do you do beats as well?
Not too much. So I'm like a Diddy producer, bro. Like push that, you know. I don't I want to, but it's just so time consuming. But I do a lot of production. So I guess it would be like a Quincy Jones, but not as, you know, I'm not playing all the instruments like he did. Yeah. So I produce in that way.
All right, everybody, you're watching the Simeon Henderson Show. This is the Sip and Savor Hour where we're giving a voice to the people. I have my man, one and only C.W. Allen, author, artist, on the show. We're going to take a quick break because you know we got to pay the bills. So I'm going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back, and we're going to finish up this interview. 30 minutes go by so fast when you're having fun and you get great info. Right?
Yes,
So,
sir.
a big shout out to Jamani Nandi, my executive producer, Jose Perez, my producer, my creative director and producer, Chicago Fly Guy, Shelton Smith. We're going to take a word from our sponsor, Recon Credit Repair. If you need your credit repaired, you need to get with Recon. Trust me, my credit score has gone up almost 30 points across the board, and I'm getting my stuff up. So check out Recon Credit Repair. Hey, everybody, you're watching the Simeon Henderson Show, where we are giving a voice to the people. I am live with my man, the one and the only C.W. Allen, super dope
Hey.
author, new book, Catalyst, and he has his single out. The video is bumping. It's called Bad Dreams. Make sure you check it out. That's C.W. Allen. And C.W., here we go. Now, you work with Sunshine Gospel Ministries, right?
That's correct. Yeah.
So here we go. So tell us about your role as the Bridge Builders director. So what is the Bridge Builders? You're the director of the
Yeah.
Bridge. Tell us what is that about?
Yep. So it's twofold, and the name, you know, kind of gives away a lot of description. We're trying to build bridges, so we foster communications of faith, race, and justice. We very much are talking about all three of those in a deep way. With groups that come from out of town, so we had groups that may, you know, step in the community and they think they're gonna save us, or they are wondering if they're gonna get shot, right? And we want to put them in places where they can serve us and learn from us at the same time. So they're learning from community partners and they get to be guests. But then also you know, we just assist people in the community. We walk alongside folks who are planting gardens or making sure the school is sanitary, helping people however we can. So we just are a part of the community, loving the community, and just want to see it flourish like God intended it to.
My man. So tell us
Man.
what they can expect next from the Chicago talent, Mr. C.W. Allen.
So definitely gonna continue pushing the book. I'm actually fighting not to put out new music. I recorded new records last night. But yeah, pushing the book and the album, they both catalysts. And I'm talking with a good friend of mine about doing a joint Valentine's EP. So we might put that out, and then a mixtape as well. Like I've been deeply writing. This project, you know, because it's an album and a book, it took a lot out of me. But for some reason, like I'm back up. Like it's like I got and ready to go. Usually, probably sometime in 2021, you'll start seeing new music. But yeah.
I lost you right there. Go back really quick and say when you said you back up. I lost you for a second.
Yeah. No, it's like I got hit by Tyson in the the 19th round, but then for some reason I got back up and was like, I'm gonna finish this out. So yeah, I'll probably put out the joint EP, a mixtape in the new year, and we just gonna ride this catalyst thing and just continue to just hopefully bless people with it.
So really quickly, I don't want to go over this and miss this. Tell us, CW as a proud father, how has
Yeah,
fatherhood changed your life because you have a daughter? How has fatherhood changed your life?
I love it, man. I man, my daughter has just man, she just taught me a lot about just love from a different angle. You know how people say, God the Father loves us, and even as a person who has been a part of ministry and serving people for years, the depth of that I understand it now as a father. Like my daughter, even when she doing crazy stuff, it's like I love her so unconditionally, and it helps me to understand God in a deeper level, or at a deeper level. So she's a joy of my heart, man. She's a daddy's girl. She'll come to me before anybody. Her mom hates that. But she's amazing, man. She's changed my life in a big way. Yeah, man.
Man, CW, thank you so much for joining the Simeon Henderson Show. I look forward to
Definitely,
having you
bro.
back as we follow your journey and what you're doing. And you know, I'm a motivational speaker and a life coach. So if you ever need me to
Yeah.
come out and talk to the people or the young people or the old people, it doesn't matter. That's what we do, man. So please share your social media handles with our viewers.
For sure. Yeah. All the social media handles is THECW Allen, and Allen is ALLEN. And then the website's the same thing, thecwallen.com. So you can find me. I'm there.
Okay, thecwallen.com, right?
That's correct.
I just
Yep.
I just want to throw this up real quick so everybody can see it. It's that on everything. Bam, right there. So everybody can
Yeah.
see it. I want to make sure everybody that it's thecwallen.com and it's the CW Allen on everything. Make sure you guys check it out. I want you to continue to encourage, motivate, and inspire others to become successful. God bless you, man. And from the Simeon Henderson Show. And I want you to understand and know that you always have a home here. You can always come and talk to us. And as you continue to grow and blow, don't forget
Hmm.
about us here at the Simeon Henderson Show because we support you, brother. And we're looking forward to
That's what's
great
up.
things from you.
Thanks, Coach. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Everybody, you're watching the Simeon
Yep.
Henderson Show where we're giving a voice to people. You just saw my man, C.W. Allen. He is the author of the book Catalyst, and he has his new single out, Wake Me Up from This Dream. Bad Dreams is coming, and I'll be ordering my book. Make sure you order yours. Let me give a big shout out to the young lady, Covia Greenwood. She's one of my old softball players, great young person, and she's always inspirational. And we need more young people like that. And if you guys watch my show, hey, Covia, if you watched my show yesterday, CW, I am doing the first annual Be Symbolic golf outing. I would
Mm.
make sure you get your Be Symbolic shirt, which means simply your best. And we have the young man who is the recipient of our first award. His name is William Stewart the fourth, and I'm trying to get people to donate to the cause. He's 16 years old, and he's just going off to college. 16.
Congratulations.
He goes to Tennessee State. So thank you, brother. I appreciate you so much, and make sure you be blessed. Tell your wife and your daughter I say hello, and we'll see you next time on the Simeon
Yeah, man.
Henderson Show.
Thanks, big homie.
My man, I talk to you offline. So everybody, you watching the Simeon Henderson Show where we're giving a voice to the people. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you guys so much for being a part of this and supporting the dream and the journey that I have to inspire, educate, and motivate people to be their best. Make sure you tune in to the Simeon Henderson Show. If you like to be a guest, you can hit us up and you can get in tune. So I will talk to you guys later. I'll see you next time. Remember, be symbolic, simply your best, because being deeply rooted stimulates growth. And remember, Philippians 4:13, you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you, and always have faith. Shout out to Jamani and I'll be my executive producer, you the man, Jose Perez, and my creative director and producer, Shelton Smith, aka Chicago Fly Guy. We will see you guys later on the Simeon Henderson Show. Peace and be blessed.